Hello, my name is Ryan Darrah, and I am here to talk to you today in our virtual open house format over Zoom about the course that your child is in here at LT. And it is the English 3 Excel composition program, my first and eighth period classes, both of which end my day, given our altered schedules, to accommodate our remote learning plan. This is a writing intensive course at the Excel level junior year that asks the students to engage in a lot of persuasive writing, making arguments via narrative writing, via research-based synthesis writing, where they combine different sources, respond to them in order to advance an argument, and sometimes just argumentation that involves a little bit of research, but a lot of kind of critical thinking and firsthand experiences, and that's where the narrative aspect comes in as well. And we try to, like most good writing, like a lot of professional writers these days, do a little bit of a mashup of genres. And I use the metaphor of kind of music mashups and DJs to carry that over to writing, to get students to think about these different genres and different forms and styles of writing as not so one-dimensional, not so easily distilled, but things that can overlap. And good writers can make those good decisions to kind of weave in an influence of one genre or lean on some firsthand voice to develop their rapport with their readers and make their argument as they engage with sources or comment on our culture or different experiences. So we don't have the good fortune to be in our classroom right now. Usually on open house night, I like to promise my students that just as I do with them, I'm going to make it a little interactive and force parents to engage a bit in a discussion. So we can't do that in normal ways, but if you see at the bullet point at the bottom, I like to play an education word game on open house night. So I'd ask you, maybe with the help of your child, to post to our Canvas chat a word or maybe two or three words that you associate with education. These can be synonyms, but they also can be experiences, connotations, associations with education that you would like your child to have. And post those. It's always interesting to see. And I will give your kids some participation bonus credit, not really, but you can tell them that you're earning them extra credit by doing that, and that'll make them feel happy in a way, and thankful, grateful for your service there. Briefly in our time here together, I want to give a little more of an overview of the course beyond what I just did. We're working currently on our first essay of the year, which is sort of a mini op-ed that again blends some research-based writing with personal narrative writing in order to make an argument. Many of the students are writing about a technology-based issue, how we live now with smartphones. We read an extended essay by an author named Gia Tolentino, who writes for The New Yorker, who has a book of essays out recently. And the title of her essay is What It Takes to Put Down Your Phone. And she does kind of a book review of two college professors who wrote about, again, screen technology and smartphones and how we live. But she also gets a lot of personal narrative in there about how her own Twitter feed and other social media platforms were key to her career and her making a name for herself, and yet how they also interfere with her career, interfere with her ability to concentrate and produce good writing. So students are engaged with that. They had a choice to go elsewhere for their topic if they wanted to, but many of them are responding to that. So they give a little sample of the kind of work we do in order to read, write, speak, and listen and think each day. Here is an example from just our other day. We've been working on this essay, and they had a first draft that I gave some feedback on, and then we did a writing workshop where we did little kind of 10-minute to 15-minute breakout sessions with targeted goals for revision and addition. So I have a writing source book, and I make different things available from that online. Our compare, contrast keyword sentences, get them to kind of think in a more nuanced way and engage with sources in a nuanced way. So they may say, although Tolentino raises an excellent point about using online apps to limit our time that we can spend on certain social media sites, or limit our time and keep tabs of it, and so we can be more informed. The problem there is we're still relying on our phone to limit our use of our phone. So, I think Tolentino does acknowledge that in their essay a bit, but this is a way where they say, although they have a point here, there's this other side, or there's other consideration. So our compare contrast keywords are words like although, or a semicolon, however, to fuse two thoughts together, or while this is true, or whereas we can see X, Y, and Z over here. We see A, B, and C over there. So it's a good template. It's a good way to strengthen their thinking and writing skills. And we did that, and then they come back and I ask 4 or 5 people to share, and I give them on the spot feedback. Adding specific examples to their commentary, thinking about their experiences, their memories, to make their writing and their thinking more vivid and persuasive and memorable. We did the same thing there, and the students have been excellent about engaging. You know, we have this different format this year, which is not ideal, but they've made it work very well. By when I call upon them, they share what they have, and they're open to that constructive feedback, and that's helped create a good class environment. And then our last round of writing workshop was a parallel structure lesson where I showed them some examples from Dickens' A Tale of Two Cities. It was the best of time, it was the worst of time, and on he goes. And I showed them some other professional writing examples, and then they try to do that. They try to find a moment where their writing could be improved, made more poetic by creating a poetic flourish, a 2 to 3 sentence section where they do that sort of thing. So by the end of that workshop time, by the end of our class session, they should have, as I say there, a few concrete changes or additions that can plug right into their paper. So, you know, we read a lot of professional models, we read student models, I give them samples, we give them writing time in class, and that's what we would do in a regular year as well. We have the laptop cart at school. It's, you know, not as easy for me, obviously, to go around computer, kid to kid to do conferences. But a good thing about Zoom is we do have the chat function. I ask students to, you know, put a sentence or two on there, and I give them feedback on that. Canvas is a very valuable tool that I really like for writing instruction, where they can post a draft, and it allows me to put comments right in that draft or links to sources and that sort of thing. So we try to make every session interactive. I try to give them work time, but make that work time not just, oh, you have the time to work, but with little check-in points, with little ways to really, again, make it a writing workshop, make it interactive, and get them as much feedback as possible, which has been shown to be one of the real key elements of teaching and learning. So I got one more screen I want to share here. Pardon my jumping around. I thought I put it in there, but maybe I did not. Let me see. Sorry, folks. Well, we're gonna leave. I'm gonna leave it there because I realize now that maybe I don't have what I thought ready to go. At any rate, they've been a very good group to work with. Definitely writing is the focus, but we do a lot of critical reading of, like I say, those other types of sources as models, as samples to learn from. Our semester is going to keep with the essential outcomes of our regular type of semester when we be in regular full session, where we'll be doing personal narrative, write club activities, which are argumentative essays and a research-based big project. And then we do little kind of practice writings throughout and fun writings. It's important to have them see writing as more than just a job, but a way to express their creativity, express their thinking, and to work out their thinking. Sometimes writing to think is a very useful exercise as well. So as I say, if you have any questions, as it says on that first slide, let me go back there if I can. Here we are. Best to reach out over email to me, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Encourage your students to do the same. Have them reach out, sometimes a 5 to 10 minute in-person conference during a study hall period or during the beginning of the day meeting time, 7:45 to 8:45, or at the end of the day. That makes a huge difference, not just on an assignment and a grade, but just in terms of learning. So have them be proactive. I will reach out to students who I see particularly struggling and use our Canvas comments and other ways to create those connections. But I think this year in particular, it's important for students to self-advocate and for parents to work with kids to create those dialogues and those opportunities to meet. Again, wish I could meet you in person, and hope that's going to happen sometime soon with our students as well. But for now, things are off to a good start. If I could clarify any other things about our course and about the experience, please don't hesitate to reach out to me over email, and we can trade some emails, or if a phone conference would work better, we could set something up on that front as well. Thanks for your time, and take care.